has almost died down. It's the middle of the night, somewhere thousands of years ago, and you are awake. You can hear something moving beyond the edge of the light. Your heart is fast, your skin prickles, and somewhere nearby, an old voice begins to hum a low, steady chant. Hands reach out and arrange small stones in a careful circle, the same circle in the same way as the night before and the night before that. You don't know why it works, but as the chant continues, your breathing slows. The fear loosens its grip. That circle of stones, that quiet repetition in the dark, was one of the first tools humans ever built to calm a frightened mind. And tonight, we're going to see why those ancient rituals were never about magic. They were about survival. They were a way of hacking the most stubborn feeling your brain still produces today, anxiety. But there's a strange twist hidden in this story. The same nervous system those rituals were designed to soothe is still inside you right now, running the same old program. And by the end, you'll understand why that program never really turned off. Let's go back. To live as an early human was to live inside a body that was almost always scanning. The world was beautiful, but it was not safe. Predators hunted at the edges of the night. Food was never guaranteed. A wound together, you were strong. So your ancestors lived inside a web of other people, where every glance, every shift in mood, every silence carried weight. To be liked was to be safe. To be rejected was a kind of death sentence. Now imagine carrying all of that uncertainty in your body, day after day. The hunt that might fail, the storm that might come, the newborn that might not survive the winter. The constant low question underneath everything. What if something goes wrong? That feeling, that restless watching for danger, is anxiety. And it wasn't a flaw. It was the price of staying alive. Your brain has an ancient part, buried deep, whose entire job is to keep you safe. Think of it as a smoke detector. It doesn't think carefully. It doesn't weigh the odds. It just reacts. If there's even a hint of smoke, it screams. In a dangerous world, that loud, twitchy alarm was a gift. The humans who relaxed too easily, who assumed the rustle in the grass was just the wind, didn't always live to pass on their genes. The ones who jumped, who worried, who prepared for the worst, survived. And you are their descendant. So your nervous system was tuned over countless generations to expect threat, to brace, to stay slightly on edge. And here's the deeper problem your ancestors faced. That alarm was excellent at switching on. It was terrible at switching off. Once the body floods with that tense, wired energy, it doesn't just fade because the danger passed. It lingers. It loops. The mind keeps replaying what might happen. And early humans needed a way to tell that ancient alarm, gently but clearly, you can stand down now. That's where ritual was born. Picture it. The same chant, sung the same way every night. The same gestures before a hunt. Stones placed in a pattern. A dance repeated until the body knew it by heart. Marks drawn on skin in the same order, season after season. To us, looking back, these can seem like superstition, but your ancestors had stumbled onto something profound. The anxious brain craves one thing above all else: predictability. Anxiety, at its core, is the fear of the unknown. It's the mind sprinting ahead into a future it cannot control. And ritual is the opposite of the unknown. It is something you can control completely. When you repeat a known sequence of actions, your brain gets a quiet, powerful message. This is familiar. This is safe. I have done this before, and I survived. Research suggests that this sense of order and repetition genuinely calms the body's stress response. It gives the racing mind a railing to hold on to. So when a tribe faced something terrifying, a war, a drought, a death, they didn't just sit in the chaos. They moved into ritual. They created a small island of certainty inside an ocean of fear. The actions themselves may not have changed the outcome, but they changed the people. They steadied the hands that needed to be steady. Ritual was humanity's first medicine for the mind. And it worked, not because the gods listened, but because your nervous system did. Now come back to today. That ancient smoke detector is still inside you. The world has changed almost beyond recognition. The predators are gone. The famines, for most of us, are gone. But the alarm doesn't know that. So watch how it shows up. It's late at night. You're lying in bed, safe, warm, the door locked, and your mind will not stop. It replays an awkward thing you said. It rehearses tomorrow's problems. Your heart is faster than it should be. Your brain is reacting as if a threat is circling in the dark, even though the only thing in the room is you and your thoughts. Or you send a message to someone and they don't reply. Hours pass, and a cold unease spreads through your chest. You start imagining they're upset with you, that you've done something wrong. That's not weakness. That's the ancient fear of being cast out from the group, firing inside a world of glowing screens. Your brain treats a silent phone like a silent tribe turning its back. Or you reach for your phone and start scrolling, and you can't stop. Headline after headline, each one a little hint of danger somewhere in the world. Your old brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do, scanning the horizon for threats. It just doesn't understand that the horizon is now infinite and the bad news never ends. Or you feel that restless tension and you don't know why. Nothing is actually wrong, but your body is braced, wired, waiting for something. That's the alarm running with no fire to point to. In every one of these moments, you are not broken. You are running ancient software in a world it was never designed for. So what do you do with a brain like this? You stop fighting it, and you start working with it. And here, your ancestors left you the answer. You return to ritual. Not magic, just rhythm, just repetition that tells your nervous system you are safe now. It can be almost anything, as long as it's the same and it's yours. The same cup of tea made the same way each morning, the same short walk on the same path, a few slow breaths in the same pattern before you sleep, tidying the same corner of your room when the world feels out of control. These small, repeated actions are not silly. They are the modern stones placed in a circle. When the anxiety rises, instead of asking, "Why am I broken?" try asking, "What is my alarm trying to protect me from?" Name it. Oh, this is my old brain, mistaking silence for rejection. This is my old brain treating my phone like a predator. The moment you see the program running, it loosens its grip, just a little. And when the future feels too big and too unknown, do what humans have always done. Shrink the unknown into something you can do with your hands, right now. One small, known action. That is the whole secret your ancestors discovered around the fire. So here is what I want you to carry with you. Your anxiety is not a defect. It is a love letter from every ancestor who survived because they stayed alert, who worried enough to live another day, who passed that careful, watchful mind down to you. It kept your bloodline alive across 100,000 dangerous nights. The alarm inside you was never your enemy. It's just an old guardian, still standing watch over a danger that has mostly passed, not yet realizing it's finally allowed to rest. And the rituals that calmed the ancient heart can still calm yours, the same way they always have. quietly, patiently, one small circle of stones at a time. There are other ghosts of that ancient world still moving through you. The reason loneliness can physically ache, the reason you crave things that no longer serve you, the reason boredom feels almost unbearable. But those are stories for another night. For now, just know this: the fear that visits you in the dark is older than language, and you, like every human before you, already carry the tools to meet it.